So that's what happened in 1980. We have a civil war.
So this is Alex, my new friend
yes,
Alex.
my
We're
name is
here
Alex.
in San Juan del Sur in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Alex actually lived in Texas for a number of years.
Back in the day.
He's back here. He was born in Managua, just like Milena.
Yeah.
And he's just telling me about what went on like back in the 80s. So, yeah, tell me about that.
So what happened is that there was a big dictatorship, which is the Somoza family.
Okay.
So people was tired about this dictatorship. They were always re-elected. For example, let's say the grandfather from the president that was actually back on that time that was actually being president. He was actually eliminating other other people, like other organization, like politician organizations, and so that's what happened at that time. So for example, I have 70 years old, and I know I'm about to die. And you know what? That's what happened actually in Venezuela. That's what happened in Cuba. Fidel Castro died, and he put his brother,
Right. Raul. Right.
and nobody voted about it. The same happened on the Venezuela.
Okay.
Chavez died because he cursed people from Israel. And you will never curse people from Israel, because on the Bible says, if someone curses you, will be cursed. If someone bless you, it will be blessed.
Right.
So, same happened here. We have a civil war on the 1979. Started from 1977. He put a lot of people on the jail because of that. They was tired of that dictatorship at that time. But what happened here? The people from Nicaragua got tired about that dictatorship at that time. So they got armed, they got weapons, and they were sponsored by Cuba, Russia, which it was
Russia. Good old Russia.
yeah, Russia, old Russia, and that's what happened basically. And so why people got mad? Because Daniel Ortega was elected to be a president for 3 years. When his time ended up, he didn't want to leave the power, leave the presidential
Right.
position. So people realized that this was going to become a dictatorship as well, because Daniel Ortega was getting sponsor from Cuba, Russia at that time, back in the 1980s, and also from Libya.
Oh, Gaddafi.
Gaddafi.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so people got tired, so they got armed. United States, of course, because this is America, and if you have a neighbor, if your neighbor is in trouble, of course you will to help him.
Right.
So that's what happened at that time with Reagan was the president from the U.S. So he sent some weapons. The people got armed, and they fight. They actually let's see. Yeah. So they won the civil war. The people that was the oppositor of the government, they won the war. So
Because then they could wipe out the people who opposed them?
They were sponsored from the U.S., which is the same helicopters, you know, the ¿cómo se llamaba el que mandaban, que se escuchaba aquí, ya estaba en Costa Rica?
Ah, sí, era un avión,
It was an airplane, you know, when it sounded here, he was on Costa Rica, right away.
Mi marido sabe cómo se llama ese tipo de...
I'm not quite sure about the name of that airplane. So, to summarize, people who got tired from Daniel Ortega on that time won the Civil War.
Were things
And Daniel Ortega was forced to make some legit elections
right?
in the country, and he lost it.
So were things bad under Daniel Ortega
Yep.
before the Contes?
Yeah.
Things were bad.
So we got this president, female president, which is Violeta Chamorro.
Yeah, I remember that name.
Barrio de Chamorro, and she was really amazing. She eliminated the army.
Sí.
She removed the weapons from the army, and she removed the weapons from the other people that was fighting against Daniel Ortega, and that happened. So Daniel Ortega couldn't win the elections from 1990 till 20 from 1990 to 2007. He won the election back in 2007 with fraud because people was afraid. People used to say, you know what, if Daniel Ortega goes come back to the presidential position, civil war will come back, and that's what happened on 2018.
Oh,
They make a new law regarding enhance the taxes from all people, people older than 65 years old, and when that people exercise their rights, and Daniel Ortega send police, send people that used to be with him, people that used to that were followers from him, and they hit that people, all the people we're talking about, people for about 65 years old, 70 years old, 75 years old, because he wanted to enhance the taxes. So, for example, you got retired.
Mm-hmm.
You used to get, let's say, $2,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to deduct that money from that people who worked back, in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and they deserve that money. So that's what he trying to do. He trying to take the money away from the older people, and that's why we got mad. And then
This was in 2018.
2018, and that's why the people, got out to the street, took the street in Managua, and then Managua, we were using some, home weapons,
Mm-hmm.
like some artificial weapons, not like a pistol, like a 9mm, but something like we call them morteros. So basically, you put some dynamite with some rocks.
Oh, so like homemade
Yeah,
weapons.
homemade weapons. Yeah.
Oh.
So we were fighting this dictatorship with that type of homemade weapons.
Were you actually
I
doing
was,
that?
yes. Actually, you can see my
Oh my
here.
gosh.
Yeah, you
Wow.
can see that. It was how do you call that? Sniper. I was in Managua at the church. People was trying to, because people used to send some of our students took the universities.
Uh-huh.
They took them,
Oh.
and after that, the police was not allowed to get into the universities, because we have a law that says the police is not allowed, at least if they have a charge like a warrant or something like that, they can. But at the end, they started to use the snipers, weapons from Russia, AK-47, and they were killing people.
Mm-hmm.
So according to human rights, according to human rights, they killed almost 500 people,
Wow.
500 Nicaragua.
Was that all in Managua?
Not only Managua, it was Chipitapa, which is a city very close to Managua, Masaya, which is another city very close to Managua, Granada, Leon.
Oh.
So we took the cities all around Managua, and the police. We were not using guns. We were not using anything like so. Just so.
But you actually held those cities.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's what happened. It was
So
on April the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
I was fighting because they were trying to get in to the church,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people, like 3,000 people, was in the church, the capital church, and the police couldn't. So they called some followers from that group, which is Los Sandinistas, some followers like.
Uh-huh.
And they arrived when we were fighting with the police, and they started to use some weapons, rocks, and snipers. So I was fighting, and suddenly I got right here. It was just thanks God, it was something like
So
the bullet just barely.
oh, just grazed.
Just great, yes.
Wow, lucky.
Yeah, yeah. Believe me. On that time, I believe in God. God saved me. He sent an angel. And then at night, same day, April 20th, two police officers grabbed me when I was trying to get out from the street, and he made these scars on my forehead. And yeah, so this is what happened in Managua. That's the reason why at the end we would have removed this dictator,
Mm-hmm.
but opposition, they were trying to get a position in the new government.
Oh, so they were negotiating.
Yeah, they were negotiating, but at the end, all of them were trying to get a president.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave Daniel Ortega time to think.
Mm-hmm.
His advisors always giving him, suggestions, advice, and that's the reason why we couldn't remove him from the
So
presidential.
the people who were leading the opposition,
who were leading the opposition,
sold it out
yeah,
to get positions for themselves.
they were not able to, get the. They were not able to get something straight to remove this president.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we have help from the U.S., 34 countries from the American continent,
Mm-hmm.
and the OEA, which is OEA.
Oh, yeah, office.
They were trying to help us, but the opposition, they never get an arrangement. They all were trying to be president. So they gave him time to think, time to put people in jail.
Mm.
Back on the 21st, I think, we have a presidential elections, but he eliminated all the people
the others.
Who the opposition, the people who was trying to take his position.
And when you say
He
eliminated,
put him, yeah, he eliminated, and he put him in jail. So we have more than 300 people in jail because they raised the poison.
and they're still in jail now.
They're still in jail.
Wow.
And people, whenever you try to make a blackout, they always send the police. So now people is afraid about that. If we couldn't remove him back in the days, we're not going to be able. We will not remove him now in present.
So
Because if you go to the street with the flag, Nicaraguan flag,
Mhm.
they put you in jail.
So when the woman that was president, what was her
It
name?
was in 1990.
What was her name?
Violeta Chamorro.
Chamorro. See. So she eliminated the army.
Yep.
So when this happened in 2018, there was no army. Is that right?
Oh, it was because
Oh, the
he
army came
he
back.
won the elections on the 2007
Oh,
with fraud.
and then rebuilt the
So
army.
people, he was been trying to be a president since 1990.
Uh-huh.
I think he lost the position. So from 1990 to 2007, we have 17 years. So he had more than 17 years trying to
Oh.
get the presidential position
Yeah.
again, but he couldn't.
So when that
Because
happened,
people was aware that, you know what, if Daniel Ortega come back to the presidential position, civil war is going to come back.
Mhm.
And it happened.
Yeah.
We got the same issue. We got the same problem.
How old is Ortega now?
It's I think it's 75 years
Oh,
old.
so he's not
He's
going to be.
he's about to die.
He's not going to be around much longer.
Yeah.
Now I've heard.
And he has lupus, which is a problem in his blood.
Oh.
And whenever he feel bad, he feel bad. He traveled to Cuba, and they changed his blood.
Oh.
He
Now-
got treatment. And they changed his blood.
Now his wife is vice president, right?
Yeah, vice president. But what happened with this? Not all the people from the Sandinistas group,
Mhm.
organization, are, aside to the vice president, which is Rosario Murillo,
Mhm.
because she is the main person who started. Because back in 2018, Daniel Ortega was in Cuba. He was not aware about what was happening in Nicaragua
Oh.
because he was about to die.
Oh.
So she took the, how do you say that? She took the presidential position because he was not. Yeah, Daniel
So
Ortega
she's
was not
the
here.
one who
So
sent the
she's the
police
one
and
who
the-
sent the police to kill people.
Oh. Okay.
And she said this word: "We go without compassion." That's the word she said.
Wow.
We go without compassion.
Now how old
And
is
they
she?
start. She's like 71, I think.
Oh, okay.
She's old, but they are trying to do the same thing what happened in 1979. They were trying to put their sons
Right.
after they died. They want to make sure that their sons got the president's position, but it won't happen because Nicaraguan people, we're fighters.
Mm-hmm.
We're fighters.
Now. Okay.
Remember that back on 1940, we defeat the U.S. Army when they're trying to, they're trying to take Nicaragua as their province.
I didn't even know that.
You
I'm
see?
from the U.S. I had no idea.
Yeah, you see, I used to read a lot.
1940.
1940. And the U.S. Army came to Nicaragua trying to invade, trying to take the presidential position as well, as they did in Japan, as they did on Afghanistan.
Good old FDR again.
And so they couldn't. We defeat him.
Mm-hmm.
And that time it was Augusto Cesar Sandino. He used to be a fighter. He was a campesino, people from the mountains, and he united people that was against the U.S. and they fought against them and they defeated him. He was a William Walker. I don't know if you have heard about William Walker. He was a leader from the army from the U.S. in that time. So we defeated him. So Nicaraguan people, we are rude. We don't like dictatorship.
Mhm.
But what happened right now, we cannot go to the street and raise our boys because they created a law. If someone goes to the street and raise the boys, take out a flag, Nicaraguan flag, go to the jail.
Wow.
So we cannot do anything. We're waiting for God to be able to remove this because God put kings and God removed kings, and we're waiting for that. We cannot do anything else.
So if he were to die today, what do you think would happen?
The vice president
His
will
wife.
try to
Uh-huh.
take control of the presidential position, but I'm quite sure that she wouldn't be able to do that because a lot of people from this organization is not happy
They
with,
would not
with
like
her
her.
behavior.
But would they put somebody else just as bad in her
No, I
place?
think the police is not going to obey her. I think the army from Nicaragua is not going to obey her.
Yeah.
Then we're waiting for that. So Daniel Ortega has a 76 years old, and we're pretty sure that he's about to die. So when he dies, we're sure that the vice president will try to take the position, but she won't be able to do it.
But people at the top will
People on
remove
the
her.
top will remove her.
That's interesting.
But
If that happens, will there be parties here?
of course, yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Believe me, if that happened, we will celebrate like 2 months without stopping
Oh, bad.
because we had a lot of people. A lot of people died. More than 500
Yeah.
people died.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine. Nothing like that's ever happened where I live, or at least certainly not in my lifetime. I just can't even imagine. It's horrible to hear all this.
It's horrible, man. But
So we were talking to a woman at the store earlier tonight and asking about. We thought there'd be more people here on the beach, and there's
we
not
used
many
to we used to get more people here in the beach, but after 2018, people it's suggested to not be here, to not visit this country.
like from other countries.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but like for example, the U.S. From Europe,
Like people
from
like
Europe.
me.
Yeah, people like
We're
you.
told not to come
Because
here.
I'm surprised that I came today and I saw a lot of people from tourist people
Uh-huh.
because the majority of them are not aware what happened in 2018.
Yeah.
They are not aware what happened with this police. That there is a lot of corruption with this police.
Mhm.
So, like I said, if you go driving, for example, from here to Managua,
Mhm.
you will find like 3 or 4 points, like checkpoints,
Oh.
you know. And if they see that you're a tourist, they will always try to invent something
So
to take your money away.
with Milena with us, will we be better because she's
Of course, she's
here?
from here.
So
Yeah.
she's kind of our
Yeah, and she's
safety.
kind of she's aware about what happened with these people.
Yeah, sure.
With this police.
her son lives in Managua still.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I would suggest you to, if you travel, try to be with someone from Nicaragua.
Mhm.
If not, they will try to ask you for money,
Mhm.
and it's really disappointing because we want people from other countries to visit
Is that
our
the-
beaches, our beautiful
Yeah.
landscapes.
Oh, it's beautiful
We
here.
have volcanoes, landscape, beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
But you know what? People is afraid about that. We used to have a lot of people coming from other countries,
Mhm.
but nowadays we don't. We don't have it anymore.
That must be really hurting
Just
the businesses.
barely, like I don't know. I'm not aware about economic things and something like that. But these people, for example, I'm gonna tell this. These people from the hotel used to possess that other side.
Mhm.
So it was the whole, almost the whole street, almost the whole block. After 2018, tourists stopped coming to our country because what happened, and that's the reason why they sold the park, and they just remain with this one. You see, yeah. So we have a lot of issues, but only God can help us. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for telling me all that. I'm going to show this to my friends.
Well,
They don't know.
of course, there are some people that are, working with that organization because of course they have businesses, they have some stores, they have some
Now,
thing that
if I showed this to friends like on the internet, would you get into trouble for what you? I don't want to get you. I don't want to get you
I don't
hurt.
think so because they don't have a name.
Uh-huh.
But no, I don't think so because I don't belong from this city. I belong to a different city.
Okay.
But yeah, if I had provided with my name, yeah, I would have some
Wow.
problems, some issues.
So
Because they're always in internet, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, trying to get people as much as they can to put them in jail. Yeah.
So, just day to day living here, is there fear from the police and I don't know the army or?
we don't know.
Well, I mean, is that something you worry about every day when you're out
Of
and
course,
about?
if I see a police right on the corner, I think it twice before going there. Because I'm quite sure that they were trying to ask me some questions. They are going to try to get some information from me. They were trying to take a look at my phone, which is in other countries is prohibited. For example, in the U.S. they have the First Amendment right,
Right.
the Fourth Amendment right. You can film everywhere.
How many of you know the amendments? This guy does.
Yeah, I do. I do. And they cannot ask you for ID if you haven't committed a crime. If you haven't committed a crime, you have committed a crime, or you're about to commit a crime, they can ask you for your information. If not, they're not allowed to. But here, they can ask you whatever they want. If you refuse to it, you go to the jail.
Can you tell me the story about Texas again? You told me that before I started the video.
Yeah, my brother-in-law has some businesses with people from I don't know what kind of businesses they used to have
This was in Texas?
in Texas.
Uh-huh.
He was deported. My sister-in-law had a card who belongs to that people who try to kidnap me. So I was not aware about that.
And why did they try to kidnap you?
Because I think that they saw the card in front of my house because we gave her an apartment because I got my own house back in the days in Texas when I was living there.
Is this in Laredo?
So we were just since her husband was deported, I tried to help him. So she parked the car, and the car was there like for 2 months, more than 2 months. And for some reason, after work, just parked my car next to the one who belongs to them. And suddenly they just parked with two different cars. It was a Honda Civic and Expedition. And they asked me, hey, where is Uriel? This is my car. And but bro, I'm not aware about what happened with that guy, man. I just helping his family. I just providing him with an apartment, and I don't know what's going on with him. You know what, mother F? Yeah, we're going to kidnap you until my car appears, until you give me my car back. What do you mean? I'm not really aware. I don't even know you guys. And they grabbed me. They tried to put me on the trunk, and I forced, and I was fighting for my life, and I was able to do it, and I ran, and suddenly there was an avenue, and the police was going by, and just stopped him. And you know what, officer? These people was trying to kidnap me. They burns the tires, and they tried to run away, but you know what happened in the U.S. So helicopters, 10, 20 police cars, and they grabbed them. They were able to grab them, and I remember a police officer approached me, and he told me, you know what, you need to go to the police departments or the police station, because when you need to let the captain know what happened. You need to complain about this. You make report. Yeah, of course. And I say, of course. And when I went to Laredo Police Department, there was a captain who was family from these people.
Oh.
So I told him that I was put in a little room, like investigators used to ask people about crimes, and suddenly he appears and he hit the table and he said, you know what, mother F, you're gonna be deported. Police, immigration police is waiting for you outside and asking me why. I'm here to make a report. I'm the victim.
Right.
I haven't committed a crime. I don't give a fuck. And to be honest with you, there were some officers over there on the station, and they were not they were mad at me because it was not a correct behavior. A captain shouldn't act like that, and that's what happened. I was trying to fight for my I was trying to fight for my case.
Do you know that captain's name?
To be honest, no. Because
Oh.
he just appeared, and appears, and
I'd like to give him a phone call at least.
yeah.
Hey, I heard what you did.
I would like to make the. If I could, I would. Believe me, if I could make that a complaint, I would.
Yeah.
But I don't even know the name of the captain. And
What year was that?
it was back on the 2000. Let's see, 2008.
2008. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. My bad. 2010.
2010.
Yeah, 2010.
In Laredo.
Laredo, Texas.
Okay.
And I was.
Hey, Brian, check out Laredo. Some captain. Take care of that dude, okay?
Yeah, and that's what happened. I was trying to get the police report because the immigration judge told me, if you get that, we're going to give you a U visa, which is something that belongs for people that were affected from citizens of the U.S. or residents of the U.S.
Oh, wow.
And of course, I was about to be kidnapped, so I qualified for that. The only thing that the judge needed was the police report, and the captain from Laredo erased it.
Just erased it.
Yeah, he just erased it. My lawyer tried to grab it, but he couldn't. And that's what happened. At the end, I was fighting for my case almost for 1 year, and
During that year.
Yeah, trying to get this police report.
And where were you during that year?
I was in an immigration facility from Laredo, but at the end I couldn't get anything from that police department, because the captain erased it.
And so then what did you do then?
So after almost a year, I got tired because I realized that the police report was not going to be on my hands or my lawyer's hands. So I got tired, and I just quit it, and I just let the judge know, judge, I just want to the voluntary departure. Are you the judge? I remember the judge asked me, are you aware about the money that you have to pay for the ticket from airplane ticket?
Oh,
Because when you ask for voluntary departure, you need to pay for that. So it was $700, and I just let the judge know, judge, I'm tired of being here. This police is corrupt. It's corrupted. This police from Laredo is corrupted. The captain specifically, and at the end, I couldn't get anything, so I got tired. And yeah, I just came back to my country, and I've been remaining here for almost 5 or 6 years.
wow. What a
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, yeah, but I have realized that a lot of people is being letting the people know about the corruption of the police from the U.S.
El de la esquina, ¿eh? De este lado.
They were always trying to ID you, and they're not allowed to unless if you have committed a crime, or about to commit a crime, which is not allowed in most of the states. They cannot ID you
Right.
because they want to. And yeah, we have a lot of people, lawsuit in these police departments. Yeah, but what happened on Laredo, it wasn't fair.
No.
It wasn't fair because
No.
I was about to be kidnapped. I was hit. They hit me. I got a blue here on my eyes. My nose was broken, and yeah.
And then, so what year did you come back here? Like,
It was on 2015.
okay, so you came back here, and then in 2018, all that other
What
stuff
hap-
happened.
It happened, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. How old are you?
I'm 32 years old.
32 years old, man.
Yeah.
Wow. What was I doing at 32? It wasn't this.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what happened with that's a long story.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for telling me all that. I'm going to show this to my
And I
friends.
hope this get, I hope this get to Laredo Police Department. And
Oh, yeah, it'd be
to be aware
awesome.
about that. It was back on 2008. My name is Alexander Morales.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll just send it right to them.
And the police department from Laredo the captain erased the report because they were his family.
Do you remember what date that happened on?
Oh, yes. It was on December the 12th,
December the 12th,
2008.
8 or 10?
2008. December the 12th, 2008.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, because earlier you said 2008, and then you said no, it was 10.
No, 2008.
8. Okay.
December the 12th, 2008.
12, 12, 8.
I will never forget that day because I lost everything. I gave my keys to supposedly my best friend. He was from Mexico, and I told him, you know what, I'll be right back because I'm innocent. I haven't committed any crime. And after 3 days, his name is Alfredo. After 3 days, he started to sell all my stuff from my house.
Wow.
So that's the reason why I never trust a best friend. I never call a friend as best friend because they don't exist.
Wow.
Well, of course, there are some certain people that they do exist. They are really nice people. But you never. This is not something racist. This is not about racism. But never trust Mexico. Yeah, because they only know about kidnapping, selling drugs. A lot. I don't even have to tell you because you're aware what happened with these people.
some of them.
Yeah, some of them.
I'm
Not
sure
all
that-
of them.
Yeah.
I'm not telling all of them,
Yeah.
but some of them. Yeah, specifically on the border.
I know
Which
there's
is
a lot of.
Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Baja California,
Oh, wow.
which is part of Mexico,
Right.
Tijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah, so never trust people from there.
I've only been to Tijuana twice, and both times it was just for dinner. In San Diego, go down to Tijuana, come back.
You gotta be careful. I wouldn't go there.
I remember coming back over the border, and we were in line. This was a long time ago, but I remember like really wanting to get through that line and get my constitutional rights back.
You see?
That's literally what I was thinking. Get me up through over that line.
Yeah, you see.
Alex
sir.
has just
Nice.
told me.
I'm really good. My name is Alex. I was just
Alex has just told me his story
he's,
here.
you know,
I've got it
he's
on
just
video.
about,
You can watch it later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What story?
Oh my gosh, you'll have to watch it. It's long.
Okay.
like I think we have like an hour.
I've got 41 minutes on here right
You
now.
must have run out of battery.
I am
here
getting
for-
close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Close.
so-
All right. Well, thank you, Alex. I'm
You're
going to shut
welcome.
this
Thank
off
you.
now.